Smashing Young Man by Collective Soul. Not a terribly difficult song. You can learn this one, I believe it. So you're going to start on the 3rd fret of the E string, which is a G, and it's a power chord. Well, no, it's not a power chord yet. You're going to go up to the 6th fret, 3rd fret of the A string, back to the 6th fret of the G string. So the second guitar is going to do the same thing, only with power chords. So instead of a single note, you're going to do a power chord. And then instead of hitting the C down here, you're going to hit it up here. And then you can argue about which one of you gets to do the chukka chukka. It only sounds good if one of you does it. I think it sounds a little noisy if both of you do, so. So that's the main riff. And then the pre-chorus is an F. So that's 1st fret of the E string, E, F, and then the power chord would be the 3rd fret of the A string, which is a C note. One guy's doing that, the other one is doing this. Up here, again on the F, you're going to bar your finger across the 8th fret, and you're going to hit that. And you're going to roll your ring finger up on the D string 3rd fret and a couple of strings down below it, creating that bar chord. You can add the wah pedal there. This song has wah in the solo, which we'll get to. But while you're doing that, you can also add it to that pre-chorus. So I don't think he uses a wah for that on the studio or even live, but it just has a certain funk to it that wah pedal will add to it, while the other guy is going. Okay, and then it goes to the actual chorus, which is, you're already there on that A sharp power chord. And then you're going to drop just your index finger down 1 fret to that A. So from an A sharp on the 6th fret to an A on the 5th fret. And what I do is I kind of naturally start my power chord like this, but then whenever I shift, I put my pinky on that 8th fret of the A string. So, and then you go down 1 more fret on the E string to that G sharp. That's a D sharp, so that's 6th fret of the A string, 8th fret of the D string. So one guy's doing that during the chorus, and another guy's doing this. So what that is, starts on that A sharp, and then where your index finger is, that's a power chord. So 1st fret of the A string, 3rd fret of the D string. You hit that chord, and then you walk down from the 3rd fret on the D string to the 1st fret of the D string to open on the D string, and then you'll hit the C note right there on that A string, which is the 3rd fret up. So open E string, 1st fret, 3rd fret, 1st fret, and then you'll do a power chord on the 4th fret. So that. So open, first, third, first, power chord on the 4th fret. That's a G sharp. And then you go back to that A sharp chord that you started the chorus with, but you don't hit the A sharp note. You just hit the individual notes on the D string, 3rd fret, and then you hit the 3rd fret of the G string. Then you hit that power chord, A sharp power chord. So you don't have to move your ring finger, it's already there. The song doesn't actually do that. Smashing Young Man. But I kind of naturally do because I'm following Ed's vocals. Does that make sense? That last little run there that I'm adding to the song is 1st fret of the D string. 1st fret open, 3rd fret of the A string to the 1st fret of the A string. Smashing Young Man. So that's during the chorus, and also that is the rhythm behind the solo. So this part. Okay, there's a bridge right before the solo, and it goes something like this. I don't recall asking for guidance. I don't recall wanting to. So G, C, G, F. So you should know where those power chords are. 3rd fret, 3rd fret, 3rd fret, 1st fret. I don't recall asking for guidance. I don't recall wanting to. I don't recall bowing before you. Back to the C. But I'm so impressed. That's the D sharp. We've been there before. But I'm so impressed with your kindness. Drop down a string or go up a string to, that is a G. No, G sharp. And you can put all your fingers down there and kind of slowly strum those to give it that little bit of dissonant sound. I don't recall asking for guidance. I don't recall wanting to. I don't recall bowing before you. But I'm so impressed with the kindness of your attitude. So the solo, I think that's the last part of the song we need to get to, and it's not that difficult. It does use a wah pedal, which gives it the feel, the emotion that it has, that funky sound. So hopefully you have one. If not, you can still play it, but it sounds something like this. Okay, so I won't use the wah pedal while we're going through the instructions, but you go on the G string, you slide up from the 1st to the 3rd fret. On the D string, you slide from the 3rd to the 5th, and then you catch the 3rd of the D string again. And then you bend the 3rd fret of the A string down to the 1st fret of the A string, that A sharp. So we're basically kind of using the same notes we've been using the whole song. You're just adding some bends and a wah pedal, and it gives it that funky sound. And then you're going to go 3rd fret of the A string. You're going to hit it and then hammer onto the 5th fret, or you can slide up to the 5th fret. So you go 3rd to 5th on the A string, 3rd on the G string, 3rd to 5th on the D string, down to the 3rd on the D string, and then you kind of end it the same way you ended the first half of that part of the solo. Kind of bend that third fret and resolve on that A sharp, that first fret. So I'll do the first half again. Next part, he goes on the 5th fret of the D string to the 3rd fret of the G string. Bends the 5th fret of the G string. And then he does that same thing again. I think he only does it 3 times and then bends the 5th fret of the G string. So that part would be. Okay, so he does it 4 times, then bends, 3 times, then bends. I think you'll have to check that. That's kind of how I have it in my mind. Last part of the solo slides up on the B string up to the 11th fret. And then goes to the G string, 10, 12, 10. And then he goes from the 6 to the 8 on the G string to the 8 on the D string. Whoops. Eight to 10 on the A string, and then lands on the 8 of the D string. Let's see. So it's kind of a hammer-on from 8 to 10 on the A, and then catches the 8 of the D string, bends the 10 of the D string, and resolves on the 8 of that D string. So once again. I think that's it. And then it goes back to, and that's how the song ends. So it's a, intermediate song, I suppose you could say. 2 guys make it sound better. There's a spider on my wall, and there you go. I think I'll go be a smashing Spider-Man. That's it. Over and out from my easy chair. Thanks a lot, everybody.
Yeah.